Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 3 o'clock. I'm Matt Gibbs and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. England kept their World Cup qualifying clean sheet streak alive after beating Serbia last night. Phil Foden made his first appearance since March whilst playing in the false nine role. He assisted Eberechi Eze for England's second goal as they won 2-0. Along with this, Jordan Pickford extended his clean sheet streak to 10. Thomas Tuchel spoke about what the Manchester City man has to offer following last night's game.
I had the idea several months ago, because I played against Phil in these kind of positions. I have the feeling in Premier League some years ago, and it was really, really tough.
Arsenal fans had plenty to be happy about last night, with both of England's goals coming from their players. Bukayo Saka and Eberechi Eze both provided some great finishes to help their country towards last night's win. Cristiano Ronaldo was sent off last night in Portugal's game against Ireland after he elbowed Dara O'Shea just after the hour mark. Ireland went on to win the game 2-0, but Portugal remained top of their group on 10 points. Boss Roberto Martinez says he has no concerns with Ronaldo's red card.
I don't think it's anything that doesn't happen in football. He's won many games for us. He's a reference for us, and now we need to make sure we win the next game for him.
The National League is continuing the 3-Up campaign this weekend and is launching the most eye-catching statement yet. The campaign is a protest aiming to have a third place made available for promotion to the Football League. Eastleigh and every other team will kick off at 3:03 on Saturday as they head to league leaders Carlisle United. In the WSL, there was some controversy over the weekend, which has raised the debate on if VAR should be introduced to the league. We are joined by our own WSL expert, Rochelle Barham. Arsenal's head coach, Renee Slegers, says that she would support VAR coming into the WSL. What are your thoughts on this?
I understand where she's coming from. I do get it, but I think it's one of those things that it's got to be brought in. It's got to be brought in slowly. It can't just be thrown in just because the game has only just grown over the last few years.
Yeah, and then in a recent poll, 75% of people said that they would support VAR being introduced. Is this a stat that surprises you?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, I've seen the amount of people that were fuming from the game. I was there, Arsenal-Chelsea, and all the refs and the linesmen were booed off the pitch, and that's the first time I've seen that happen in years of going to Arsenal games. So, yeah, but then also it's that 25%. Why don't they want it? I think is also what needs to be looked at as well.
Yeah, and then do you think that VAR would harm the overall viewer experience in WSL?
I think if it was to be done permanently. I think if they were to bring in VAR, it should be sort of a test, sort of half the season sort of thing, and then maybe sort of bring in other technology and not just VAR straight away. But then it also could be looked at that maybe the referees need to be improved rather than VAR straight away.
Brilliant, thank you for that. Moving over to American football, it is constantly growing in popularity across the UK. Universities are now able to field full-strength team because of this. Here's a preview on what is to come from our reporter, Pat Fitzgerald.
I think having the pro team is going to heavily increase the profile of the sport in the country. And in turn, you're going to get more people interested, and you should therefore see higher recruitment at university. And the same with coaching. I think those who are genuinely interested in coaching will watch football and use that to pick up on the way the game is played and how people do certain things. And
we are now joined by Coventry Phoenix player Ben Lester. Ben, talk to me a bit about your journey in American football.
Yeah, so I started playing when I was 13 years old for the Birmingham Lions Academy. From there, I went to SGS, who was ranked 5th in Europe at the time. After that, then obviously, once I turned 19, I went straight into adult ball, or like pretty much 19 now, just adults, just playing them. Loved the game, so that's pretty much my journey from start to beginning.
Yep, and then in your 9 years in the sport, how have you seen it grow around you?
I definitely think it has grown massively over the 9 years I've played. Like I remember playing, there's less than 100 teams in the country. Now there's about 82 box teams. There's 200 plus teams in the UK. It's NFL's coming over a lot more. You've got a lot more international games. NFL Academy, for example, is being made. So the growth of the sport has gone massive since the start.
Thank you very much. Moving over to boxing, ex-heavyweight world champion Joseph Parker has failed a drug test for cocaine. The Australian failed the drug test on the day of his fight against Fabio Wardley. Any ban for the 33-year-old would be handed to him by the British Board of Control and UK Anti-Doping. Chris Eubank Sr. has denied claims that he was paid to attend his son's fight in April. Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn will meet for the second time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this weekend. This will be the fourth fight in the family, with their fathers Chris Eubank Sr. and Nigel Benn also fighting twice in the ring. Jake Paul is one step closer to his next boxing opponent, with Anthony Joshua in line to fight the problem child in December. Jake Paul meant to fight Gervonta Davis in November, but it was cancelled after a lawsuit was filed against Davis. Eddie Hearn will decide whether a fight in December for Joshua is suitable.
We've talked. I mean, if we're going to have a run out, I'd much rather have a run out with Jake Paul and just end that train. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm not sure Jake Paul's that crazy. If he is, you never know.
So maybe this week?
This week we're going to decide whether we fight this year.
In darts, the Grand Slam tournament is well underway. Ricky Evans faces Gerwyn Price, whilst Luke Humphries takes on Michael Smith tonight. Tomorrow, Luke Littler will face Josh Rock, and Lucas Weinig takes on Danny Noppert. The final of the Grand Slam is set to happen on Sunday. F1 teams extend their commitment to back F1 Academy. It is an all-female championship that was announced back in November 2022, with the inaugural season happening in 2023. Chris Mott believes the F1 Academy is important for the future of the sport.
So Formula One Academy isn't necessarily about finding a driver to get to Formula One now. It's all about the future.
That's all from us. We'll be back at 4.